Now on Nightside, a Spokane man is sentenced to 25 years for killing another man in the streets of a residential Logan neighborhood nearly 2 years ago.
The rain is tapering off tonight, and that bodes well for Saturday. I'll let you know when to expect the breaks in the wet weather this weekend in the first alert forecast.
And President Donald Trump signs an executive order to lower tariffs on popular imported goods. We'll show you which items on your grocery list may get more affordable in the coming weeks. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. And thanks for staying up with us. I'm Kirsten O'Connor. We begin with new developments in a story we brought you last year. A Spokane man has been sentenced to 25 years in prison for shooting and killing another man in the Logan neighborhood. This happened in February of 2024. And according to the Spokane County Prosecutor's Office, the victim, Dylan McCorkle, went to a home on North Hamilton Street to confront 33-year-old Gunnar Doty of disrespecting McCorkle's girlfriend. As their argument escalated, Doty shot and killed McCorkle. Earlier this year, he was found guilty of second-degree murder and unlawful possession of a firearm. Today, Doty was sentenced to 25 years in prison, followed by 36 months of community custody. Doty was also ordered to have no contact with McCorkle's family. Idaho State Police are asking for help finding the driver of a pickup truck that killed a woman on northbound Highway 95 and D Street. It happened around 5 p.m. Witnesses say that pickup truck was silver or tan, and after it hit the woman, the vehicle turned around and drove southbound on Highway 95. That highway was completely blocked for hours while ISP processed the scene. Every time a student misses school, the Coeur d'Alene School District loses money. Last year, nearly 20% of students were chronically absent. That cost the school district $4.8 million in state funding. And that money could have gone toward teachers, programs, and student services. Now schools are trying a new approach to fill those empty seats. Both Canfield Middle School and Winton Elementary School have started a friendly competition.
We have weekly incentives for students in classrooms. We have a big mascot wolf that floats to like the highest primary and intermediate classroom. There are treats for classrooms if they have 100% attendance in a day.
The school district says most absences are because of sick days or vacation, which is why both of these schools say they're having open conversations with parents about when to keep their children home and what is lost when a student misses class. Both schools say so far this new method is working. In your first alert forecast, we're all wondering if the rainy weather will continue through the weekend. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker is here to help us plan.
We are going to have some good long breaks this weekend, Kirsten, but also some showers to tell you about. Right now, as we look at our satellite and radar, there are still a few light showers around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but have dried out significantly from earlier this evening with mostly cloudy skies. Our forecast radar shows the odds of wet weather decreasing as we get into the overnight. Here's 3 a.m. By the time most folks are up tomorrow, that precipitation will be long gone and will stay dry throughout the day on Saturday. Few sprinkles up along the Canadian border tomorrow evening, and then another round of the lightest rain around 9 o'clock Saturday night. And then we are dry again for most of the day on Sunday. Latest information is speeding up the arrival of some wet weather during the day on Sunday. Here's Sunday at 7 a.m. Already starting to see some very light rain down in Lewiston and the southern Palouse. That could reach the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area as early as 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And then we'll keep that chance of rain going through the afternoon and evening. But Saturday, mostly dry and warm. Temperature almost 15 degrees above average after a morning low of 45 degrees. 41 to start the day on Sunday with a high of 54. Rain coming in late. I will take you hour by hour through your Saturday forecast and take a look at the 7-day. Possibility of a little snow mixing in with the rain to tell you about in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Okay, thanks so much, Chris. President Donald Trump signed an executive order today that lowers tariffs on some popular agricultural imports like beef, tomatoes, coffee, and bananas. The order removes reciprocal tariffs ranging from 10 to 50%. These tariffs had contributed to steep price increases, including nearly 20% higher coffee costs last September. But it doesn't eliminate all tariffs. For example, Mexican tomatoes will still face a 17% tariff. The move comes during voter frustration with the economy and follows a new trade deal lowering Swiss tariffs from 39 to 15%. President Trump is now calling for an investigation into prominent Democrats with connections to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. This comes as the House of Representatives moves to unlock more Epstein records, some of which have already referenced President Trump by name. For continuing coverage, we turn now to ABC's Selena Wang.
Tonight, the president, whose name appears multiple times in the newly released Epstein emails, is now calling for his own administration to investigate several high-profile Democrats mentioned in the files as the House moves closer to forcing even more records to be released. Attorney General Pam Bondi says she's following the president's directive, confirming she has asked the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York to take the lead. That office prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell and indicted Jeffrey Epstein before his death by suicide. Social media today, Trump writing that he will ask the Attorney General, the DOJ, and FBI to investigate, quote, Jeffrey Epstein's involvement and relationship with Bill Clinton, Larry Summers, and Reid Hoffman.
Do you believe that president should be able to order investigations?
Sure. I mean, I'm the chief law enforcement officer of the country. Not that I want to use that, but I am considered the chief law enforcement agent in the country, and I'm allowed to do it.
Clinton traveled to Epstein's plane on multiple occasions after his presidency, but says he was unaware of Epstein's crimes and never visited Epstein's private island. The former president has not been accused of any wrongdoing. In one 2011 email, Epstein writing, I want you to realize that the dog that hasn't barked is Trump. Unnamed victims spent hours at my house with him. He has never once been mentioned. The president has denied any allegations of wrongdoing. And earlier this year, the DOJ and FBI said their review, quote, did not uncover evidence that could predicate an investigation against uncharged third parties. Next week, dozens of House Republicans are expected to break with the president and vote to demand the release of the FBI's full Epstein files. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
The Washington Department of Transportation is kicking off a new round of town hall meetings next week to hear from you about how you want the space around the interchange between the north-south corridor and Interstate 90 to be used. Take a look at this new rendering of that area in East Central Spokane. On the right side of the picture, where the north-south corridor splits apart, that's right over the top of where Camp Hope once stood. You can see that area all elevated. As you move toward downtown, you can see two pedestrian bridges and new intersections where Altamont crosses beneath the freeway. The Department of Transportation wants to know how it can better use the space to serve the people of the community.
How can we make improvements to that area to leave a lasting impact and help right some of the wrongs that were made in the 60s and 70s with I-90?
So the first meeting is set for next Thursday at Francis Scott Elementary. Doors open at 4:30 p.m. Each meeting will begin with a presentation followed by a workshop where you can interact with those concepts and ask questions. Plans for a new Topgolf in Liberty Lake are moving forward. The company just filed a permit application for a 35,000 square foot facility right off of I-90 on Country Vista Road. City leaders cleared the way earlier this year, changing a lighting ordinance to allow the project to happen. According to the permit, the site would also feature a full-service restaurant and bar. No timeline yet on when construction will begin or when Topgolf could open its doors.
Tonight is the first true road test for the Gonzaga Bulldogs, fresh off a top 25 beatdown against the Creighton Blue Jays. And just like last year, we had a pretty tough and tight game to the finish between these two. Gonzaga's slow starts continue. They trail by about 4 or 7 minutes in. Steel Venters no good from deep. Rebound ASU, and they push the pace. Zags off their footing in transition. More Masamba, the alley-oop jam, putting those Sun Devils up 6. Tie game 20. Tying Grant Foster. Sweet dish inside. Jalen Worley's got the new dreads on. Easy lay-in giving GU the lead. That lead ballooned to 10. Now the Zags in transition. Braden Smith an alley-oop right back. Grant Foster receives and dunks it. And now late in the first half, Venters looks over to Graham Ike, and y'all, this is just, stop it. My goodness. Ike bringing the thunder on a ridiculous jam. We got to run that back. Absolutely nasty there. Look at him yelling. Love it. Zags by double digits at the break. Back to a 9-point game, though. 6 to go. What a second half tonight. The former Sun Devil Adam Miller with an NBA level 3. He helped bring the Zags an impressive 77-65 road victory, extending their winning streak to 4. Gonzaga also helps to knock off that black jersey curse that snapped a pair of losses in their only appearances in those unis last season. The Zags next quickly turn around to head back to Spokane to host the Southern Utah Thunderbirds this Monday evening. And later on in Main Sports, we're going to bring you all the latest from a pretty wild evening in Pullman for the Cougs basketball, plus some high school football finals. Kirsten, back to you.
All right, fun stuff. Thank you, Jack. A proposed rule change would allow college athletes and staff to bet on professional sports. The NCAA has 1 week to decide whether to adopt it. The proposal comes as recent sports gambling accusations have spread through college basketball, Major League Baseball, and the NBA. Proponents of the rule change say it's not an endorsement of sports gambling, but rather a recognition of its growing role in today's sports environment. Betting on college sports would remain strictly prohibited. It's not even Thanksgiving, but you may already be seeing Christmas decorations in your neighborhood and where you shop. For many, it's a trend that starts earlier every year. We'll share why some experts say it may be good for your health after the break.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Disney on Ice.
Get Black Friday ready with the 5-minute financial checkup. I'm Kirsten O'Connor, and this Money Saving Monday, from gift shopping to budget balancing, learn the steps to take now for a happy holiday this year and next. Monday on Good Morning Northwest.
This river wasn't dammed in a day, and GMC trucks weren't built overnight. Like every American achievement, they are a result of dedication. Over 100 years dedicated to the art of engineering and the ambition to always move this country forward. Get 0% APR on Sierra 1500 models. We are professional grade.
This Thanksgiving, you can count on Fred Meyer. You get up high quality and down low prices. Up high quality with our exclusive brands and down low prices on all your Thanksgiving needs. Because at Fred Meyer, quality and low prices always come together. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Dear First Place, experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota. Toyota is KBB's best resale value brand 5 years in a row. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
It's time to go see my good pal Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's all new.
Finally, some good news.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. What was your real name?
James Christian Kimmel. You think this is a name I chose?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC. 4 News Now is brought to you by Jordan Sales and Service.
Welcome back. Christmas decorations are appearing in stores and neighborhoods weeks before Thanksgiving. A new survey shows 30% of people start celebrating Christmas before December 1st. Psychologists say this early decorating trend provides mental health benefits during stressful times. The practice helps reduce collective anxiety and brings communities together.
There is research, too, that decorating can help us with collective anxiety. And so when you start to see your neighbors decorating and you start to see people talking about the holidays, it kind of makes us feel like we're all in something together.
Amy Morin is a licensed psychotherapist, and she says the early decorating trend gained momentum during the pandemic when people needed positive connections. She recommends embracing those early holiday decorating traditions because it encourages social interaction and boosts spirits during darker winter months. And you'll want to add the Davenport hotels to your holiday plans this season. The hotel group announced several events, kicking off with a tree lighting on Black Friday. It starts at 4 o'clock with live carolers, a youth choir, Santa and Mrs. Claus, photo booth, and more. And that's followed by a beloved holiday tradition that Chris Crocker knows very well, Christmas tree elegance, which moves into the Davenport from December 2nd until December 14th. The hotels also feature holiday-themed packages for guests with cookies and milk and ornaments and late checkout and all your favorite things.
Late checkout. Well, we like that on the late shift.
I know. That is just so exciting to think that we are 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving.
And I'm all for the early decorating, especially with our sunset as early as it is. You need those lights to
and
give you
it's
the
nice
boost.
to do before the snow falls. If you need to get up on your roof, be careful.
This weekend,
I think it's
great time to at least get started. They've already started in my neighborhood. Right now, it is raining in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, but it is much lighter than it was earlier this evening. And look at the temperature. It's still 48 degrees in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, and we're not going to drop much from that reading. It is going to be a warm night. 4 things to know about your weather. Dry most of the day on Saturday and almost 15 degrees above average as well. The rain will return late Sunday. I haven't quite dialed in exactly on the timing. Good idea. What I do is download the 4 News Now First Alert weather app. And so as I go about my raking and holiday decorating on Sunday, I can check the radar for right where you are. I use it every weekend. And it is going to be showery next week. Our chance of precipitation is really going to drop off by tomorrow morning. We only have a slight chance after 2 a.m. and then it is dry through the start of the day. Here we go hour by hour. Cloudy to start the day, 45 degrees. By 8 a.m. we are starting to see some clearing with a little bit of a breeze. We should keep the fog away tomorrow. We'll be mostly sunny by around noon and in the mid-50s. Our average high is in the mid-40s, so we are well above average, and we will keep partly sunny skies through 4 o'clock and even a dry start to the evening, that possibility of sprinkles late in the evening. Around the region, highs in the 50s throughout the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, 57 in Meade, 57 in Spokane Valley, 55 tomorrow in Spangle. Right around the region, lots of locations getting into the 60s, including Lewiston and Moses Lake. Overnight lows also well above average, 45 tonight, 41 Sunday night. By the time we're into Wednesday morning, we are down around freezing. This white line is our average high, and that is where we start to see the possibility of some snow mixing in with the rain. No accumulating snow. In the short term, our snow level is going to be very high. It's up around 8,000 feet tonight. We'll be dropping to around 7,000 feet Sunday. That's still well above most of our mountains. Finally getting down around the passes on Tuesday, and then the possibility, as I mentioned, of some snow mixing in Tuesday night and into Wednesday morning. Another chance Thursday night and into Friday morning. Pick of the night tonight from our good friend Gordon Glassby. He snapped this pretty fall scene in Spalding, Idaho. That is the Lapway Creek, right about the time it pulls into the Clearwater River. Thank you so much, Gordon. Back to you, Kirsten.
Gorgeous. Thank you, Chris. The government shutdown is over, but the fight for affordable health care continues. Why millions of Americans could face higher health insurance costs in just weeks. Next on 4 News Now Nightside.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The Black Friday savings are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
Get big holiday discounts throughout the store or enjoy no money down, no minimum purchase, 0 interest financing until 2030.
This week at Walker's.
At Move Fitness, our job is to get you moving using things like high-energy fun classes, motivating, knowledgeable trainers, and the best variety of workout equipment in the region. And you can get it all for around $1 a day.
Join the movement. Eastern Washington University is the region's polytechnic. And that means we don't do things like everyone else. We put hands-on learning at the forefront of everything we do. Our Polytechnic plays trumpet, learns applied ethics, and studies humanities and education. It powers the research centers that give our STEM graduates an edge in the workforce. We are your Eastern Washington University, the region's Polytechnic.
Hello, ma'am. I'm Kyle with Bill's Heating, here to take a look at your furnace.
I thought you guys were teamed up with Gonzaga. Where's the basketball player?
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. We do have Davis Fogel on standby.
Standby?
Oh, yeah. Whenever one of us needs him, we just shout his name.
What?
Watch.
Whoa, it's like magic.
Actually, he just made me wait around the corner.
Exactly. It's magic.
Call Bill's Heating and AC today.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend.
Happy together.
And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Now well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on all 2026 Equinox models.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today. 4 News Now is brought to you by Jordan Sales and Service.
Welcome back. The government shutdown is over, but the congressional battle over health care is not. Insurance costs for tens of millions of Americans expected to spike if a deal is not reached by December 31st. Senate Republicans agreed to hold a separate vote on extending existing federal subsidies for some Affordable Care Act insurance plans beyond the end of the year. House GOP leadership is said to be eyeing a package that's unlikely to extend the subsidies and instead find other ways to reduce costs. Some House Republicans don't think that will come together in time, and at least a dozen are calling for an extension.
We're not going to make major fixes before December 31st. I think we owe it to the middle class and around the middle class to extend these tax credits, maybe with some reforms.
More than 24 million Americans rely on the Affordable Care Act marketplaces for health insurance. East Adams Rural Health Care, the hospital in Ritzville, is on the brink of laying off the majority of its staff or completely closing. The hospital is $10 million in debt. If it closes, 108 people would lose their jobs, and people who live in the area would be left without emergency care. The hospital received state funding this year to stay open, but needs more from external sources to survive. The interim CEO blames the financial crisis on past leadership.
We've accumulated a pretty massive amount of debt over the last 4 years under the prior administration, and we have a new team in place now that's trying to find a path forward of recovery to ensure that we stay here for this community.
Hospital leaders are hosting a town hall meeting tomorrow at Legion Hall in Ritzville. They will answer community questions about the hospital's future. That meeting begins at 2 o'clock. Spokane County and the city are moving forward with plans for a new sobering center. The Spokane Crisis and Sobering Center will be located near the STA bus barn near West Boone and Adams. It'll be discussed by the city's design review board next week. The county hopes to get federal funds and start construction for the new 16,000-foot facility next year. And we're told it will serve as a central hub for immediate mental health and substance use care, an alternative to emergency rooms and correctional facilities. There will be sobering and treatment rooms as well. Here's a look at some of our top trending stories through the 4 News Now Story Tracker. Lots of people already viewing Hannah Joy's special report on the downtown restaurant Chicken and Mo. You will meet longtime restaurant owner Bob Hemphill and learn what future plans he has for the beloved diner. And there's been an application to build a Trader Joe's in Spokane Valley. It would go into the old Shopco building. This would be the 4th Trader Joe's opening in the Spokane Coeur d'Alene area. Finally, topping the charts is the end of the penny. The final pennies were officially minted yesterday, but the copper coins will retain their full 1-cent value despite production ending. You can find each of these stories and more on KXLY.com. Washington State's men's and women's hoops hosted games in Pullman today.
And both against old Pac-12 teams. The women's up against Stanford, men's against UW. Find out how the Cougs fared in both games coming up in sports. We'll be right back.
Tonight, we kick off 80s week. Is it weird for you to think of a young George Clooney singing along in his car to your songs?
George is still young. Come on.
That's right.
Thank you. I always liked Christopher Cross.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shop the Valley. We're packaged perfectly.
A colossal SEC on ABC doubleheader puts the playoff into focus.
This is make it or break it Saturday.
First, the Sooners look to bolster their playoff chances as they take on Heisman hopeful Ty Simpson and the Tide.
An SEC powerhouse.
Then the Longhorns battle the Bulldogs between the hedges in a must-win primetime showdown.
Major college football playoff and SEC implications.
Oklahoma, Alabama, and Texas, Georgia. Saturday at 3:30 and 7:30 Eastern on ABC.
Dear First Place, experts agree Toyota value can't be beat. Drivers agree Toyota quality rides long and strong. Add hybrid choices like no other, and you'll win the long game by a country mile. Toyota.
Right now, you can lease a new adventure-ready 2025 RAV4 for just $289 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
Is it time to update your living spaces? Don't overspend at the big box store. Come see us at Consign Furniture. We have the largest selection of like-new consignment furniture in Liberty Lake. No long wait times on couches to dining sets, rugs, and more. And our team will deliver today. Inventory moves fast. Check us out online or stop by today.
Consign Furniture. It's the easy way to sell, smart way to buy.
I'm a real wild one.
Life is wild. There's work to be done. Adventure around every corner. And a truck that handles it all. The 2025 Ford F-150. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease an F-150 SDX 4x4 for $329 a month for 36. Or purchase with 0% for 60 and no payments for 90 days.
Washington State met Washington in their 301st meeting. It's the Apple Cup basketball style over in the Beasley Coliseum. Cheer squad with a pretty busy evening ahead of them with this expectedly huge crowd tonight, including our Derek Dice there too. Emmanuel Ugbo with the fadeaway J here. That is butter. Give him a couple to open up the game. Parker Garrett didn't get a ton of playing time last year, but he's making it count now. A little hezzy on the three. Great shot there to go. Simon Hildebrandt in the same boat as Garrett, his expanded role already showing well. And number 3 with the tray in the same spot. Not a ton in the paint so far. The Cougs getting out rebounded, but Indy Okafor showing his strength. Great post move there, spitting inside to knock down 2 more. First half about done. Garrett's getting the open look for the dunk, and hey, why not take it? WSU, though, trails by 14 at the break, and they're going to fall 81-69 at the end of this one, marking another loss to drop their record of 1-3, losing their 3rd in a row to the Huskies. First time since COVID that's happened. Emeli Yalaho led the Cougs with scoring and 15 points, followed by Ugbo with 11. The Cougs, just like the Zags, will next play Southern Utah. That game at 8 p.m. this coming Wednesday. The number 19 Gonzaga Bulldogs won their first true road test of the season tonight, 77-65 against the Arizona State Sun Devils, and man, did they look good down the stretch in this one. Ty and Grant Foster was incredible in the first half. You see that right here on this alley-oop dunk. Adam Miller, the former Sun Devil, doing the same thing in the second half. He had a tremendous stretch, scoring 5, 6, 7 points all late in this one to help Gonzaga cool off the Sun Devils, getting themselves a very big win, one that's very important now that they're 4-0. Defense, again, incredible tonight. Gonzaga shutting down Arizona State to get themselves that big win. And not an ideal evening for the WSU women's hoop squad. They played earlier in the Beasley Coliseum. They had great defense tonight, too, but it wasn't enough in a 54-46 loss to the Stanford Cardinal. Stanford improves to a staggering, and yes, this stat is real, 76-0. All time against the Cougs. Incredible. And they did so tonight despite shooting 11% from 3 and turning the ball over 15 times. Washington State's Eleanor Villa scored 10, which puts her over the 1,000-point mark, the 24th Coug to do so. Wazoo still searches for their first win of the season. Their next shot next Wednesday against the Oregon Ducks. Freeman Scotties host the Cle Elum Roslyn Warriors in a 2B state round of 16 game, and they do so under a very cold and very wet night, my shoes would know. Freeman is up a score early. Logan Schultz play action. Deep heave to the end zone. Daniel Smith in for the touchdown. Nice little toe tap there. Scotties by 14. And now time for the Warriors' reply. Down 17 zip. Quinn Carlson looks back, and Jet Cole sees it coming, intercepts the pass, makes this man miss at midfield. Look at that juke. He's going all the way to the end zone, 88 yards to the house. Scotties lead by 4 scores. Cle Elum does get into the end zone before this half ends off a strong Carlson run right here, but it's not going to be enough. Freeman, a tremendous effort tonight. They win and advance with a 43-7 dub. Coeur d'Alene, our lone local 6A school left in the Idaho State playoffs, fell 23-17 to the now 10-1 Timberline down in Boise. Tonight marks the Vikings' first loss to an Idaho school since August, and they finished their season with a 7-4 record. In our final local high school football game tonight saw the Reardon Screaming Eagles end their season to the Okanagan Bulldogs in a 24-0 shutout. Reardon closes their year with a 6-5 record. And a skate-off winner in Penticton. Oh my goodness, the Chiefs tonight. Brody Gillespie winning it for the Spokane Chiefs in dramatic fashion, scoring this overtime winner to clinch a 4-3 road dub. Spokane also had the hometown kid Mathis Preston bag a goal, his 8th of the season, and he helped assist on a power play Cohen Harris goal for the Chiefs to lead. That was over in the second period. Chiefs stay on the road in their next game. They're at the Kelowna Rockets. That's coming up quick tomorrow, just after 6 p.m. So a ton of fun for the Chiefs tonight to get that late win. We're going to be back tomorrow in sports. Wazoo football trying to lift the spirits in Pullman a little bit after a not too great of an evening for Cuckoos.
I know. That really is disappointing. It'll get better. All right. Thanks, Jack. We'll be right back after the break.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
So you only check it twice?
Nissan tests every model thousands of times.
No wonder we're J.D. Power's #1 in new vehicle quality.
Add a Nissan to your list at the Nissan year-end event. Now get 5,000 customer cash on Pathfinder.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops, we're here to guide you from start to finish.
After my car accident, working with Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy. They communicated with me and let me know what the next step was every step of the way.
Call Craig Swap and Associates today. Let us make your recovery simple. One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
The Black Friday savings are on now at all Walker's Furniture and Mattress stores.
Get big holiday discounts throughout the store or enjoy no money down, no minimum purchase, 0 interest financing until 2030.
This week at Walker's.
That was fun.
Yeah, but I can't find my phone.
Maybe try retracing your steps.
No, what's this? Hello?
Find your phone yet?
I'm still thinking.
At Move Fitness, our job is to get you moving using things like high-energy, fun classes, motivating, knowledgeable trainers, and the best variety of workout equipment in the region. And you can get it all for around $1 a day.
Join the movement. So you only check it twice?
Nissan tests every model thousands of times.
No wonder we're J.D. Power's #1 in new vehicle quality.
Add a Nissan to your list at the Nissan year-end event. Now get 5,000 customer cash on Pathfinder.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Well, we've got some rain in progress now, but most of the weekend is going to be dry. The rain returns Sunday afternoon.
And it's time for the next round of the Spokane Valley Fire Department's Mustache Mania. And it is my first round. I have not been here for all of this excitement. The department...
I know that mustache on the left.
Do you?
I have to recuse myself. That's
Ken, right?
Yes, it's Ken.
Yeah, we were just with Ken at Celebrity Blackjack. We really can't take part in this, Jack. It's going to have to be you. But the department is sharing their bracket-style mustache competition during the month of November to raise awareness awareness for Men's Health Awareness Month. Besides letting social media decide who has the best dash, they're spreading the word about mental health, cancer prevention, and the importance of regular checkups. So today, the competition is between Ken, hair only there, Witter. It's Witter, right?
Yeah.
And firefighter Thunder Stormy McWhirlwind Wellhausen. You can vote on SVFD's Facebook page. We're not going to talk about Ken.
We do like Ken.
Tough.